The ATSB today is releasing the final report from our investigation into the accident involving a Robinson R44 helicopter which struck the roof of a hotel here in Cairns 8 weeks ago on the 12th of August. The ATSB investigation found that the pilot conducted an unauthorised and unnecessary flight at night whilst affected by alcohol. Our report notes that the pilot did not hold the appropriate endorsements to fly at night, did not have any experience flying the R44 at night, and they conducted the flight well below the 1,000-foot minimum height for flight over built-up areas. The ATSB primarily investigates to identify industry systemic safety issues and to then influence the adoption of targeted actions to reduce future risk. As such, we are able to finalise this investigation after determining it was unlikely that broader safety issues or lessons would be uncovered beyond what is published in this report. This final report provides assurance to the Cairns community and the aviation industry that after gathering and analysing the available evidence, there are unlikely to be broader transport safety issues that require addressing to reduce future risk arising from this tragic accident. The report details that the pilot was an employee of the helicopter operator and had gained access to their premises after entering a code into a security door at the hangar and then moved on to the helicopter. The pilot held valid New Zealand and Australian commercial helicopter pilot licences and had flown the R44 previously. However, they were employed by the operator as a ground handler and were not approved nor employed to fly the operator's helicopters. Using a combination of CCT footage, witness accounts, GPS data, and from the helicopter and air traffic control surveillance radar data, the ATSB was able to develop a detailed sequence of events of the accident flight. We know that the helicopter departed Cairns Airport shortly before 1:47 a.m, while CCTV footage shows the helicopter strobe lights were turned off. After taking off, the helicopter headed south directly towards the Cairns city centre, flying directly over the pilot's apartment and then tracking north to the northern end of the Cairns Wharf complex, where it completed an orbit before heading north towards the marina and continuing along the coastline. After crossing the coastline and flying over the pilot's apartment a second time, the helicopter circled back towards the foreshore, following it for about 1 kilometre. Throughout the flight, the helicopter's altitude did not exceed 500 feet. 2 security cameras recorded very brief portions of the final part of the flight and showed the helicopter pitching up, then almost immediately descending steeply before colliding onto the roof of the hotel at about 1:51 a.m. Tragically, the pilot was fatally injured. Fortunately, there were no injuries to hotel guests and staff nor passers-by. From the available evidence, there was no airworthiness factors with the helicopter that likely contributed to this accident. The flight was a purposeful act, but there was no evidence available to explain the pilot's intentions. I would like to acknowledge that the nature of this accident is deeply distressing to the pilot's family, and they have asked that I share with you their request for privacy at this time.